A woman in her early 30s steps out of her car in front of a large, imposing prison. She looks determined but slightly uneasy as she walks towards the entrance. Inside the prison, the woman is greeted by a guard and led through a series of gates and checkpoints. She carries a box of supplies and wears a volunteer badge. The woman enters a room where several inmates are gathered for a group session. She sets down her supplies and begins to organize them, smiling warmly at the inmates as they take their seats. As the session progresses, the woman hands out materials and offers guidance to the inmates. One inmate, in particular, catches her eye. He seems familiar, but she can't place him. During a break, the woman watches the familiar inmate from a distance. He moves with a certain grace and confidence that triggers a memory deep within her. The woman approaches the inmate cautiously, handing him a book. As he takes it, their eyes meet and both of them freeze, recognizing each other instantly. Flashback to 10 years ago. A younger version of the woman is seen frantically searching for her missing brother, posting flyers and talking to strangers on the street. Back in the present, the woman and the inmate share a silent, emotional moment. Tears well up in her eyes as she realizes the man before her is her long-lost brother. The woman and her brother sit together at a table, separated by a glass partition. They communicate through a telephone, their expressions a mix of joy, sadness, and disbelief. Flashback to the brother's disappearance. He is seen getting into a car with a shady character, looking back at his sister with a worried expression. Back in the present, the woman listens intently as her brother explains how he ended up in prison. He recounts a series of unfortunate events that led him down a dark path. The woman places her hand on the glass, and her brother mirrors the gesture. They share a moment of silent understanding and forgiveness. The woman leaves the prison, her emotions a whirlwind of relief and sorrow. She looks back one last time before getting into her car. Over the next few weeks, the woman returns to the prison regularly. Each time, she and her brother grow closer, rebuilding their lost bond. The woman starts to advocate for her brother's case, gathering evidence and speaking to lawyers. She is determined to help him find justice. Flashback to the brother's arrest. He is seen being taken away in handcuffs, protesting his innocence as his sister watches helplessly. Back in the present, the woman meets with a lawyer who agrees to take on her brother's case. They shake hands, a new sense of hope filling the room. The woman and her brother meet in the prison courtyard. They walk side by side, talking and laughing, reliving old memories. The woman brings their parents to visit her brother. The reunion is emotional, with tears and hugs all around. The family is finally together again. The woman and the lawyer present new evidence in court. The judge listens intently as they make their case for her brother's innocence. After a tense deliberation, the judge announces a retrial. The woman and her brother share a relieved smile, knowing they have a second chance. The woman supports her brother through the retrial process, attending every hearing and providing emotional support. Flashback to a happier time. The siblings are seen playing together as children, their bond evident even then. Back in the present, the woman and her brother sit in the prison visiting room, discussing their plans for the future once he is released. The retrial concludes with the brother being exonerated. The courtroom erupts in cheers as the woman and her brother embrace tightly. The woman and her brother walk out of the courthouse, free at last. They take a moment to breathe in the fresh air, the weight of the past finally lifted. The woman and her brother return to their family home. They are greeted with a celebratory feast, surrounded by loved ones. The woman and her brother sit together on the porch, watching the sunset. They talk about their plans for the future and the opportunities that lie ahead. The woman helps her brother adjust to life outside of prison. They visit old haunts, reconnect with friends, and create new memories. The woman and her brother volunteer together at the prison, helping other inmates find hope and redemption. The woman and her brother stand in front of a group of inmates, sharing their story and offering words of encouragement. The woman and her brother are invited to speak at a community event. They share their journey and the importance of family and resilience. The woman and her brother receive recognition for their volunteer work. They smile proudly as they accept an award, their bond stronger than ever. The woman and her brother continue to advocate for prison reform, working to create a more just and compassionate system. The woman and her brother open a support center for families of inmates. They provide resources and support to those in need. The woman and her brother watch as the support center fills with people, their hearts full of pride and gratitude. The woman and her brother celebrate the anniversary of his release. They reflect on the challenges they have overcome and the strength of their bond. The woman and her brother visit their parents' graves, paying their respects and honoring their memory. The woman and her brother plant a tree in their parents' memory, a symbol of growth and renewal. The woman and her brother stand together under the tree, feeling a sense of peace and closure. The woman and her brother continue to build their lives, always supporting and encouraging each other. The woman and her brother travel together, exploring new places and experiencing new adventures. The woman and her brother sit by a campfire, talking late into the night about their dreams and aspirations. The woman and her brother return to the prison, now as respected volunteers and advocates. They are greeted warmly by the inmates and staff. The woman and her brother lead a workshop at the prison, helping inmates develop new skills and find hope for the future. The woman and her brother watch as the inmates put their new skills into practice, their hearts filled with pride and satisfaction. The woman and her brother continue their work, knowing that they are making a difference in the lives of others. The woman and her brother stand on a hill, looking out over their town. They smile, knowing that they have come full circle and that their bond is unbreakable.